Okay.
Hello student, I Varsha is teaching in a Ketewa English School Saraswati Nagar. Today we are going to learn history of standard 6. So history which we have been learned in a 5th standard, it was of the stages of human beings. Today we are going to learn about the ancient history. So in 6th standard we are going to learn the whole history of the ancient period. So first of all we should know about what is our topic. So our topic of today is Indian subcontinent and history. Now when we are talking about the history, we should know history is divided into 3. That is the ancient history, medieval history and modern history. So today how we are going to learn about what is the history first of the ancient. So history is a coherent account of the significant past event in the progress of human culture. Now history, when we are learning about history, that is of a past event, means which is already been held, and it is in a sequence wise that we are been learning. That is the history, and it is all about the past. But do you know that when we are writing a history, we should know all the things about the history, means the events, the what has been held and when it has been held. For that, but only writing in the history is not enough. We should have some evidence. If the evidence are there, proofs are there, then only we are here to write a history. Now, when we are writing a history, the main 4 pillars of a history is important. And that are the 4 pillars of history are time, place, society and individual. Now, here if one of this pillar or the 4 pillar, one of the is been missed, then like a building will be collapsed, same way history cannot be complete. So these 4 pillars are important. Time first, it tells us the when it is being held. Then place, it tells us where it has been held. Then society, who are the peoples in that period and how are they? It tells about the society, and individual who has created a history in that particular period, it tells. Now this is the 4, but here the one important, that is the place. If we don't know the where the history has been held, then that place is incomplete, means history is incomplete. So place, now place is related to environment. Now environment is related to our geography. So we should consider that history and geography are inseparable. They cannot be separate from each other. If one pillar is a place, that is the environment, if we are neglecting in a history, then our history is incomplete and we cannot complete it only. So it is being said history and geography are complete and they are not separate. And now we are going to learn how history and geography are interrelated. What is the effect of a geography on history? So first of all, we know that the people are living here or wherever they are being settled, where they find it all the environment is suitable for the human being. Now there are the types of houses also. Then our diet, our things, how we live it, clothing, then occupation, all are depend on our environment. It's a indirect geography. So the types of houses are also being built in a ancient period also. First the people were been living in the forest, but afterwards they started to come together and settle in a one. And slowly they started to develop the village, then the town, city. This way there were the stages. Now, types of house. You know it very well that the houses in a different area is of a different style. If we consider in a hilly area or where the snowfall is there, you will find the houses are of a roofy type. Now here, the roof is a slanting roof. Why it's so? Because as in a hilly area, the mountains, there is a no rainfall. When no rainfall is there or the snowfall is there, then if it is a flat roof, it will be effect on a house. So the roof is of a slant in a hilly area as well as a mountainy area. And ice, when there is a snowfall, you will find it will slope downwards. It will not be on the roof. Same way, in a towns, we find some buildings are there which having a plain roof. It doesn't have the no rainfall or the snowfall, so they have the flat roof. And in a villages, bungalows are there. That is, the roofs are being prepared by the person. It is his choice, whatever we do. So we can take the example, how it is been effect or how our living thing or the human beings are being living. Now, what is the difference in a different place of the field? So if we consider in a hilly area, as when there is a rainfall, no rainfall is there, means the water is been falling from a mountain area, it will be going to the plain area. And when it is been moving from upward, we will find the mud or the fertility of the soil, it will be moving from a mountain to the plain area. And as it will be settled in a plain area, we will find it, the fertility of the soil in a mountain area will be low. So, in a mountain area, what will you find the people's occupation? It will be different. The food grain will be in a less quantity because the quality of the soil is different or the fertility of the soil is less. So, what we can say that the food grain or the agriculture will be the second occupation in a hilly area, and in a first occupation will be of the hunting. Because as the mountainy area means there is no forest and so animals are no. So the animals, they are hunting. Means that main occupation becomes a hunting, and then comes to the second occupation, that is the agriculture. But whatever the quality of the food grain will be a different. So the quality which we getting in a plain area, it will be different than the mountainy area or the hilly area. So same way, if we will consider to the plain area, when the rainfall is there, fertility is already settled to the plain area, we will find in a plain area, the fertility of the soil will be more. As the fertility of the soil is more, means food grain can be grown very well. Different types of food grain can be grown. So, if in a plain area, the agriculture becomes the main occupation. Now, when the occupation is agriculture, they can include more variety of the food grains can be grown. Their quality is good, so they can have the more income. As the more income means the people's living will be changed. Means their clothing, their economical condition, it will be different and it will be more nice than which is in the hilly area. And in hilly area, the people's standard of living is low, means as compared to the plain, because the economical condition of the hilly area is poor than the plain area. Okay, so same way, we can take it the settlement. The human settlement lives where their needs are being fulfilled. Now, needs are being fulfilled means all the geographical conditions or all the things should be proper. Means the climate, rainfall, agriculture, flora and fauna are plenty wherever the people are going to settle. If these conditions are not proper, then people cannot settle to the other place. We can take the example of us. We have been properly, means we are from a village. Now we are from a village, but as in a village our needs cannot be fulfilled, so we have been settled to the city. Means what? Indirectly what? That wherever all the needs have been satisfied of us, we are being settled there. So this way, in ancient also, the people started to settle to the different parts where their needs were being fulfilled. And this way, village and town was built. But nowadays, what we can find is, in a village and town, they have become like a desert in town. How? As there may be poor condition, less rainfall is there, or you can say the facility which they are getting in a city, that facilities are not being provided in a village, or they are not satisfied for that, and so they started to settle in the cities. Then growth are done, this less rainfall, the condition of the farmers, we are just hearing all the things, and so this way it has been started to develop, and human beings started to settle to the different places where they are getting the all fulfilling their needs. So what we have studied here, so what is the history? It is a coherent account of the significant past events arranged in a proper manner in history. Then the two pillars, that is the time, place, individual and society. And then the condition of the geographical condition which affects on human being or the history that we have been studying. In the next section, we will be learning about the religions which are important in the ancient period of India.